I also would like to comment, Mr. Chairman, that I wholeheartedly support open hearings. As I travel back to my district, I know there's been great anticipation about at least some component to two questions regarding 9/11. One is that we do open hearings so the rest of the public knows the work that we're doing. And the second thing is that there be a commission, an independent commission that look at this simultaneously or subsequently. So for whatever it's worth, Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the opportunity to do open hearings. I've got a couple of venues that I'd like to pursue. First of all, Mr. Rollins, do you agree with the FBI agent's statement that you could not pursue a FISA order after you have begun a criminal investigation? And the second part of that is, couldn't the FBI disclose the criminal investigation to the FISA court and still ask for an order under FISA?
The answer to your first question is, I don't agree that you could never do it. I agree entirely that historically that has been a significant concern of the Department of Justice and of FISA court judges in particular. And you've heard it said that there was a concern that we're circumventing the judicial process or going around the Fourth Amendment. For the record, sir, I've been doing this 28 years, and I can't cite a single example of an agent trying to circumvent the process in order to get a FISA just so he or she could get criminal information. And I would hope that that would never happen. To answer your second point, yes, you can do that. What they want to know in total is the extent to which you had conducted any prior criminal investigation. And those were some of the errors cited that you heard referred to recently, where either through omission or a poor record check or whatever reason, there had been a prior criminal investigation or perhaps a concurrent, and that wasn't reported. And it needs to be. It has to be, so that the judge can make a decision based on the totality of the facts that we bring forward. But yes, if we had a criminal investigation of someone, let's say for something totally unattached to a subsequent intelligence investigation, we would make a strong argument, especially if you had the probable cause for that FISA, essentially that was then and this is now. You'd have to make the argument that that criminal activity has nothing to do with the intelligence information available to us and our belief that we have probable cause to, in fact, obtain a FISA.
Right. Any comment?
No, sir. That was a...
Thank you. The other question I have is, why couldn't the investigation of Midhar been folded under the Cole criminal investigation? You know, one of the things that, to me, makes sense, that it was suspected that he was an associate of the lead planner of the Cole attack, and weren't associates of Khaled investigated in the Cole investigation as well?
Sir, I believe with regards to, and I confuse this all the time, and it's taken me years to, there's Khaled al-Midhar and then Khalad. Khalad is actually one of the individuals that was the mastermind behind the Cole. Khaled al-Midhar was one of the individuals that he was going, in fact, to meet, unbeknownst to us at the time. So we didn't know that Khaled al-Midhar was a mastermind behind the Cole. The only information we had is that he might have been meeting with one of the suspects of the Cole in a Far East country. In opening a criminal case against them, we had to show that criminally. There's two separate things I've learned, unfortunately, as an agent. You might know something to be true, but being able to show it criminally, to open a criminal case and intel, are two separate matters. So I hope I answered your question with regards to...
Yes, and only because my time is brief, I want to leave that and go to Mr. Kojam. Can you tell us how the tip-off program is funded?
Yes, Congressman. It's funded entirely by the Bureau of Consular Affairs. In essence, it's a service that INR provides to the Consular Affairs Bureau, and it's funded by machine-readable visa fees.
So the obvious question, if it's an integral part of this nation's ability to identify terrorists, why isn't it part of the regular budget process so it can be done adequately and successfully?
Well, this is a question that we are wrestling with, and the senior leadership in our building has addressed this question as well, and we are seeking to identify other sources of funds for what we believe is becoming a national program.
And where would the national database be located? And in particular, I've advocated, and the chairman knows, advocated to consider the El Paso Intelligence Center, who already does a lot of this and is well known nationally and internationally for that capability. So where would you?
Well, we have approached the Director of Central Intelligence. We believe funds that he controls would be very helpful in support of this intelligence function. We do believe that it is proper to maintain its strong and close connection in support of consular affairs, even as it needs to take on additional purposes for a national mission.
Thank you, Mr. Congressman.